You know, I couldn't help but think that watching the Dodgers versus the Braves game looked a little bit familiar. Why is that?
Massive lead with which to work. Ozuna strikes out. McCann's got to chase it down. He falls down. He can't make the throw. It is 10-0 St. Louis.
Oh yeah, because it happened a year ago. Sorry, if you're a Braves fan, I'm sorry. What's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Thank you all so much for stopping by. You guys have been crushing it lately with all of the support. We're going to go ahead and break down the Dodgers versus the Braves game. I mean, we pretty much broke it down in the intro of today's video. And then after that, the Astros versus the Rays. We're going to talk about who won and also break down Tyler Glasnow as a pitcher, because in my opinion, he's not living up to the hype that we're all holding him and the standard that we need him to be at. So we're going to go ahead and get a little bit spicy towards the end of today's video. That's why this one's going out a little bit late, because I spent the entire morning arguing with people who think that ERA doesn't matter. So we'll talk about if it does or does not in just a second. But without further ado, let's start talking baseball. So today's video might not be as long because the Dodgers versus the Braves game, it was over in the first inning. So there's not really much that I can say aside from, again, it looked very familiar because the Braves gave up 10 runs to the Cardinals in the 2019 playoffs, and that was a major league record in the postseason. 10 runs in the first inning. That has never been done before. Until yesterday, when the Dodgers put up a fat 11 spot in the first inning, a brand new record. Max Muncy, he capped off that inning with a grand slam, and they ended it with 11 runs. I mean, my heart goes out to Kyle Wright because he's just a puppy. You know, he's really a rookie. He's a top prospect, I understand that, but he got shellacked for 7 earned runs, and then guess what happens after that? Obviously, they scored 15 on the day. Grant Dayton gave up 8 earned runs as 5 different Los Angeles Dodgers have multiple RBI games. And then the bullpen of the Dodgers, I mean, they add to it because Julio Urias, he had a great start. He threw about 70 pitches, and then they thought, okay, we're up by 1 million runs. Let's take him out and preserve his arm. And then the bullpen shut down the Braves. They only scored 3 runs. So that was a statement game. They came out and said, we are the freaking Dodgers. You need to put some respect on my name, just like LeBron James says after he won the MVP in the championship. So he said, I want my damn respect, and that's exactly what the Dodgers said yesterday. Now another rookie is going to start very soon in game number 4, Bryce Wilson. So you have inexperienced Ian Anderson, you have inexperienced Bryce Wilson and Kyle Wright. So I have to tip my cap to the Braves. They have actually stayed afloat even though they lost Mike Soroka, and if anyone, their pitcher with the best postseason success, Cole Hamels, even though he's not great in the regular season, he enters the postseason as a new slate. He's always been really good in the playoffs, and they don't have him for this season. So I have to tip my cap. The Braves are doing things that, in my opinion, I didn't think that they were going to be able to do considering their injuries, and that's really it. So the fact that they're still up 2-1, gotta tip your cap. So here's where we get into the spicy portion of the video. So yesterday, the Astros faced the Rays. Now, they were fighting for their lives. If the Astros lost this game, done deal. Season's over. They're out of the playoffs. But that was the Jose Altuve redemption game. He hits yet another first inning home run, and then he drives in his second RBI in the 3rd inning. And Springer, he clutches up with a 2-run home run in the 5th against Tampa Bay star. Now that is where the spicy part comes into play. Is Tyler Glasnow a star? We're going to break it down in just a second because the comment section of today's video is going to be a lot of fun. I'm sure it's going to be nothing but happy people discussing baseball in a very cordial manner. I'm being sarcastic. It's not. So the Astros, they stay afloat. They stay alive. And Altuve said that he did not want to go home. So the Astros were firing on all cylinders, and they played their best game of the series. So we'll go ahead and preview the games in just a second, the games that are happening today. But for right now, I want to talk about Tyler Glasnow because I left him out of my conversation for the top 10 players left in the postseason, at least in the championship series. I ranked Charlie Morton ahead of him. I even ranked Max Fried ahead of Tyler Glasnow, even though I know Tyler Glasnow has better stuff, like pure natural filth. He is filthier than Charlie Morton and Max Fried. But I don't know if you can consider him a true ace. So the problem with Tyler Glasnow is his ERA. That's the stat that I like to use. I guess I'm just behind the 8 ball. His ERA, apparently, according to the advanced metrics, it does not match his xFIP, his FIP, his SIERA. I didn't even know what SIERA was until this morning. SIERA. ERA. So according to the advanced metrics, Tyler Glasnow is an elite pitcher, but his 4.43 ERA in the regular season. And on top of that, he has a 5.47 ERA in 6 postseason starts. So the ERA would suggest that Tyler Glasnow is not pitching to the level that he's supposed to be at. But then on the other side, the advanced side, he's been good, and that he just has a home run and a command problem. But in my opinion, wouldn't the home run issue and the command issue result in more walks, raising your FIP, which also then leads to a higher ERA? So I'm just very confused. So if you want, like the video, if you would like to see a video with myself and another baseball YouTuber breaking down the difference between basic stats, ERA, batting average, and all the other stats that are kind of useless according to the advanced baseball community, and then we'll also talk about why those are the up-and-coming stars of the statistical grind that is the baseball world, the whole xFIP and OPS plus and xWOBA, and I think there's even a stat that has bacon in it, xBacon. That is an actual stat. I am not making it up. So in the comment section down below, I want you to explain why Tyler Glasnow is either overrated or overhyped. I'm going to go with overhyped right now, because who doesn't love a 6'7" GQ looking dude that, I mean, he starred in Batman Begins. I mean, these guys look exactly the same. And on top of that, he throws 101 miles an hour with maybe the best curveball in all of baseball. So his stuff is nasty. He's tall, he's handsome, and I think that he gets away with some things that other pitchers do not, because Clayton Kershaw has been decimated for a high ERA in the postseason and giving up home runs. But Tyler Glasnow, he gets away with it because he throws hard, he's tall, he's handsome. I need to be educated, so at least try to do it in a nice and not condescending manner. I've already got it from a ton of trolls on Twitter today. I'm kind of an old school guy. I like my ERA, I like my OPS. I'm good with those stats, but apparently I need to step my game up. So rank ERA, rank FIP, and Sierra in the comment section down below. Debate if Tyler Glasnow is good or not. I think he's good. I think his potential is through the roof. And if he gets a third pitch and works on his command in the offseason at Driveline Baseball, we could be looking at the next right-handed Randy Johnson. That's how nasty I think that he is. The sky's the limit. I think that he could be the next Trevor Bauer, but a Trevor Bauer that throws 100 miles an hour. So thank you all so much for watching. Actually, wait, we're not done just yet, because I do want to go ahead and preview, let's see, MLB scores. I want to preview the games that are happening today. Who is on the bump for the Dodgers? So we have the, Clayton Kershaw is officially on the bump. He will be going up against Bryce Wilson. So the Dodgers are down 1-2. So this is a must-win game for them, in my opinion. And then also on the flip side, we have an opener game. John Curtis is going up against Garcia. I'm going to keep it real. I have no idea who that is. I have not done my research on the entire Astros squad. But if they lose this game, the Astros are out of the playoffs. So thank you all so much for watching. Just so much craziness is happening. I love playoff baseball, and I'm trying to get educated on the advanced statistics that is baseball. So hook me up. Don't be mean. Be nice. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and enjoy this day in MLB history. Ooh, I'm flustered. What a day.
And it became one of the greatest moments in the game's history.
Gibson swings and a fly ball to deep right field. She is gone! Unbelievable! I don't believe what I just saw!
It was his only contribution to the series, but Gibson's game-changing swing helped power the Dodgers to the World Series crown.